to Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter, and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. If you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch and be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunt Hangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunt Hangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench, which is right below in memory of our friends. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunt Hangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. If you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunt Hangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in and enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box right over here. I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. And understand, sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comment. By the way, you only can do this during a live stream. So like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you find the Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts that I host, or the many building videos, contest coverage videos that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up. That's the like button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share the videos, comments on the videos. All these engagements help the Stunt Hangar YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunt Hangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member myself. I've been doing that for over 4 years. I started doing that before I even became the host. So please partner up with me and support the channel. Now, as a member of the channel, you get access, you get to capture these member-only videos that aren't available unless you are a member. So you can see some Al Raby videos. There's one or two of the videos that I've done here, and Sparky has some also. So capture those membership videos and see what you've been missing. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, the best way to do that, because this is Sparky's YouTube channel, I don't even come back and check anything until I get ready to do another live stream. So the best way to reach me would be to go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. Let me repeat that. Flying Control Line Stunt. We fly control line stunt model airplanes, and my handle is Flying Control Line Stunt. If you would, please locate the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is a video Sparky shot with his video camera, me flying his beautiful and light, I think it was 58.5 ounces, 700 square inch Junar XL. And if you do that, please, if you have a comment or question, please put it there, because I'll get a notification on my phone and I'll be able to respond to you quickly. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words to do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children or grandchildren. And I already posted the link. Hopefully someone will join me shortly. And let me get to make my way to the control panel. And I see Gary Sinclair's here and John Miller's here. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Let me make my way over to the control panel. Just give me a second here. Hope you guys had a good July 4th.
The 4th was with me.
Yeah. Yes. May the 4th be with you.
Well, that was last month.
That was May.
2 months ago.
That was May. But hopefully you had a good July 4th, though. see here.
From my front porch, I could see all the fireworks in the whole town go off. So,
Oh, that is
Oh,
fantastic. You have a bird's eye view of everything, huh?
oh, sort of. I had to kind of look through the trees on a couple of them, but
Well,
what
that's
the,
not bad for not having to go anywhere. I have to deal with traffic.
that's right.
Exactly. Down here, man, that's a major part. You can get there,
Well,
early, but then just getting home, it's like a big parking lot.
I have trouble with traffic ever since my critical statement has been diminished.
Yes, yes. Can't tell everybody that they're number one.
Yeah,
John.
So we have
I didn't say anything bad.
I know.
we have Gary Sinclair first in the chat box.
He did it again.
I didn't see you come in. Did he come in first too?
Yeah.
Wow, man, you just all a bunch of firsts.
He's right after me.
Gary's a member of our YouTube channel. He has the blue wrench. He's a monitor as well. He says, hi, everyone. Like provided. And then Marcel Legrand came in second. He says, hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. And then Terry Mitchell. I haven't seen Terry Mitchell in a while. He says, hey, Charles, and fellow modelers. Like sent from Roseburg, Oregon. Fantastic. And hey, Tony, did you go to the Northwestern Regionals? I mean, you were right there. I imagine you did. Let me know if you did or didn't. And then Tony Dallas, who's a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you, Tony Dallas, for your support. Really appreciate it. And he says, hi, you all. This student is, man, I got this one that gets in my way. I can't see what that word is, but it's something about for your wisdom. I imagine he appreciates the show and getting lots of information and appreciates our wisdom. Yeah, I got this emoji that's hovering there, and it covers up some of the words. So I generally have a problem with reading the ones in the bottom, and that's what that's all about. So, hey Gary, so how you doing, Gary?
Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
we're doing good.
Good.
Kind of dry, but we got a little bit of rain tonight. But
Oh, really? All right, man. I'm surprised. It's so hot out here.
yeah,
94 degrees out here. Hot. But I imagine it's hot everywhere.
it's hot here too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot everywhere. I know that is just part of it this time of year. So, John, how about yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I status update on my hand. See there?
Oh, look how small that's getting. Great. No bandage. That's fantastic.
Yeah, you can see the outline if you look carefully where they did the skin graft. That little thing there, that's where I pulled the skin graft loose when I made a fist to open the door.
Oh,
so
very good. So, you feeling good?
Oh, I'm feeling great. If it wasn't so old, I'd feel real good.
Yeah.
I've been working away on stuff. I've got a bunch of stuff to share later on when we get.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah, that's great. Look forward to it.
I got pictures from the first Greg Beasley and I think it's Beasley. Greg in Australia is started the first Trailblazer, and Marseille sent me some pictures of that. Marseille's working with him via phone, helping him over some of the rough spots, and he did run into a rough spot. He built a warp in the trailing edge. Marseille's helping him get rid of that, and I've been dealing with a Canadian fellow, Bill. I want to say Comer, but that's not his last name. But anyway, he's a good friend of Lenny's, and dealing with a Super Tiger 60 for Marseille to use in his plane. And I think we've got it pretty well worked out. I think found him a good one. So yeah, and then I'll share the rest of the stuff.
Sounds good.
One thing I wanted to mention that I might mention now, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
I've been directing people to my CAD Classics site in the vendor's corner.
Yeah.
For the how to use pattern sheets. Well, I went there the other day and it's all disappeared. I mean, all the pattern sheets, there's a post is there, but there's nothing there, and it disappeared. But I I found all the pictures, and what I thought I'd do is I'd just go through like a PowerPoint presentation here and share it. So at least it's in the record for Stunt Hangar video.
Good idea. Very good. We have Stuart Morrison. How you doing, Stuart?
Good. Yep. How's everybody else?
Good.
Doing good. What you been up to?
Flying. Went flying today. It was really nice out. Len and I. And so it was a really good day.
I bet. I imagine you got a chance to look at the new plane.
Yeah, yep. And he's working away at getting it kind of trimmed out. He's guess changing the pitch on the prop.
Right.
So but I think he really likes it. It's flying good. Just got to get the speed regulated a little more.
Right. So how about yourself? What did you fly?
The Pathfinder and Twister. So
Very
it was
good. Go Pathfinder.
Ching ching.
it was good.
That's great. That's great. You been working in the shop at all?
No, I haven't been doing too much of that. I'm trying to, I don't know, just other things I've had to do. I got to build a rack too for my plane so I can take them to the Nats. So I'm trying to figure out. I gotta start working on that tomorrow to get it done. So
You gonna make this rack out of PVC material or
yeah. So it's my cousin's taking me on his. He's got like a bus that's converted into it's like a motorhome type thing.
right?
So underneath they have those, they have those big things that open at the side for the put luggage and stuff in. So I've got to build a rack so I can fit it in there, but I only got 2 feet high.
Right. Okay.
I'm hoping to put like 2 planes on one rack. I'm not sure if I'm only going to take 2 planes or more. I don't know yet. See what happens.
All right. Well, good luck with that. And then we have Mark Gerber next. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming in.
Good, Charles. How are you?
Doing good. I went flying today myself, and Carl Reed and Joe Mata.
All right. Yeah, I went out Wednesday for the first time since I got back from Brodax. Put
Great.
some flights on my P40. I found a schoolyard that wasn't occupied and the grass wasn't too long and nobody was around. And I'm gonna go flying this morning, but had to fix this broken sprinkler head. So
Yeah, life gets in the way.
yep. And I'm working on my Ryan still. I got a couple of pictures.
Okay, thank you. That'd be great. All right.
Here's what it looked like, I think, Monday when I showed this last.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I had to bail out on Monday, but I had some other non-flying things that came up all of a sudden.
Just stand up.
And so then I sprayed the white on it. And this is a center red disc. I masked that off so it wouldn't get any white on it. And I peeled the mask off. So this is after I peeled the mask off.
Okay.
And then I cut another mask the diameter of the circle and applied that. And then today I put on the yellow.
Oh, nice.
So here's I covered my little wrinkles because it's still fresh and it was sagging a little bit from the
Right.
fresh dope. But I think the colors are going to blend okay. And
Looks like it will.
this is masking tape over the flaps. That's why it looks like it's a different shade.
Oh, okay.
So, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to go down to Lynn Boss's. We're having the fun fly east of Denver there at Watkins. But the weather's supposed to be not so good. 10-mile-an-hour winds, gust to 15. So
Oh no.
I think we'll have a good hangar flying session in the Lynn's garage and some hot dogs. And
I
it'll be
remember
fun.
last year I was at someone's house, right? He has their own circle at his house. Is that right?
Yeah, Lynn has, well, I think I showed it before.
Yeah.
Lynn's got a beautiful concrete circle. Here it is.
Look at that.
He's got this beautiful concrete circle that he had poured 20 years ago with a concrete pad in the middle, and then he's got fabric here in the infield. And this is Keith flying his chiseler down there last year. We were there, and last Labor Day was the last time we all got together down there. So it'll be fun to see everybody, I hope.
Yeah. Very nice.
I have to bail out early tonight again so I can get some sleep. I got to drive down there in the morning. It's about 80 miles to get there. So
Ooh.
I just hope the wind forecast turns out to be wrong, but we'll see.
Yeah. Hope the weather guesses were wrong.
Mhm. That's a little trip there. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mark. And Tryon, how you doing, Tryon?
Good, good.
What you been up to?
Training for the Worlds. I'm gonna go tomorrow morning again at it. So that's pretty much my preoccupation lately. Working on fine-tuning a couple of things. So yeah, but just little stuff here and there. I've been training with Patterson, and he has been coaching me throughout this whole thing. And it's like, I think having a coach is the most beneficial thing that you will ever have when you go practicing.
Oh, absolutely. Coach,
That's Doug you're talking about?
Yeah,
very good.
so it's going well, making progress. I finally know where my 45 degrees are.
All right. Now, is it higher or lower than you expected?
It was kind of where I was doing it. And I think I had my size correctly put in there. And then some general mistakes on the wingo where the first path is just nice and clean, right? On the second one, when I go past my overhead, I'm diverting a little bit on one side. So I'm working on that to get it out of there. I noticed that the plane was a little bit loose on the lines on the insides, and I did a little bit of flaps bias on it. And I was thinking that I might be robbing Peter to pay Paul, right? I'm going to lose some from here and add it over there. But actually, I haven't lost anything from one side, and the other side was just good. So now both sides, I mean, inside and outside, it's pulling nicely on the lines, and I don't get those loose spots that mess up my maneuver. Because especially on the round maneuvers, if you get loose spots on the in a circle as you do a round maneuver, the lines get slack, and then it's going to flatten up a little bit, so it's not going to stay in a nice and round.
Right. Absolutely. I totally understand that. I've experienced that myself.
Yeah. So the tracking is not as good. The plane is flying as best as ever after the repair that it had. So I don't see much of a difference from the way I was flying before to what I was doing now.
Oh, that's good news. That's good.
And I added a little bit of elevator travel, but I think it was like, I don't know, losing a little bit in a level flight. But I mean, it's fine. It's definitely flyable. So tomorrow, I'm going back at it. So that's that. That's all I've been doing.
Very good. Very good, man. Absolutely.
I cut the materials. I'm ready to go with another fuselage in a mold. Perhaps tomorrow afternoon when I get back. I think might take a nap and get some lunch. And after that, when I wake up, probably get back at it and throw the fuse in a mold.
Very cool. Very good. Let me get to I think it's Philip Bailey next. Yeah, Philip, how you doing?
Pretty good, Charles. Staying out of trouble best I can.
All right.
Trying to get ready to go out to the field and watch the guys fly tomorrow. I'm getting stuff ready and getting August 1st. I'm not gonna wait till the 3rd. August 1st, I'll be at the field.
All right. Very good.
But we're gonna go out in the morning and watch the guys again. I got a couple finished and ready to go try out. So now I gotta finish something else, get something else finished, and I got several to finish, but me and the spray gun are getting to be popular or be friends.
Oh, good. That's good.
What you gonna do when you get all caught up?
Build something else.
There you go. That's what I want to hear.
Are you going to Huntersville?
When is it?
No, I'm asking. You said
Oh,
tomorrow
no,
you're gonna go out fly.
No. I'm going Hobby Park here in Weston.
Oh,
No,
next week.
I'd like to go to Huntersville, but there's, the last 2 times I've been down there was no one there except the RC guys. So I just probably just wait till somebody tells me they're going to be there, and then I'll go down and watch for help or whatever I can do to help. But I made a promise to not fly until August, so I'm gonna do that. But I'm gonna tell you what, like I say, August 1st, look out.
That's right.
I made up some new lines and I got 2 new airplanes, and I'm ready to go fly a little bit.
2 new airplanes? Which planes are these?
Let me hold off on that until I find out if they work, because both of them are my stuff. But I'm hoping to finish the not Trailblazer, the Pathfinder 4, Mark 4, Mark 40, Pathfinder 40. I think I put, I put just Trailblazer Pathfinder 40 on the wing. I'll get it right in a minute. And the other one is all my design, and it's I wanted something 35 size, something small.
Right.
So I came up with, I was going to build a Tucker Special, and I had a wing down there that I can't even remember what it came out of, but it looked good. It's thicker than an Obler airfoil, and it looked good. So I said, well, I'm going to put this in it, and we'll see what we got. So it's not all painted. It's monocoated and painted, but it's I think it's going to be a slick little airplane just for a Fox 30. I just want to run a Fox 35 again.
All right.
So got that all ready to go. So we're going to take that, and I got made up some new lines for it. Whatever these new lines are, I've forgotten what they're called, but they're 80. These are 80 pounds. I made up 80 pounds to go on that one, and 100 pounds to go on the Pathfinder, because it's a big airplane. It's only a 28, 26 motor, but it's big enough. And I've started cutting parts for that big rascal, the Trailblazer. And y'all be careful. John's a arm twister. He'll get you interested in this stuff. That thing got that slanted forward wing, got me going. I've got to have one.
Yeah.
We'll try it.
Nice. No doubt about it.
Yeah. So
Very nice.
anyway, that's a big airplane. I mean, that's a big airplane, but I'm working on it.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, I'm only doing 2 changes, and I've already talked to the boss. That's John, about it. I'm covering the fuselage size with plywood instead of balsa because I have it. And the other change is I'm putting he does not have a box under the motor box drawn to put the ESC in. I don't like all that stuff hanging on. A lot of guys just take it and slap it to the side of the fuselage, and that's fine if you like that. I just don't. So I'm making a box to put in where everything's got its own compartment, and I'm thinking about putting an inner cheek cowl like my Mustang. I'll have to show you that when I get it far enough along. It snaps off, and you got everything in there, and you change your battery and everything, and then stick it back in. And trying to come up with a strap to put across the battery where I don't have to. I hate Velcro. I just don't like it. I have to check my blood pressure every morning, and I hate fooling with that dang Velcro. So I just hate Velcro. So I'm trying to come up with a strap system, but I hadn't got it yet that'll stay inside, but I'm working on it. I'll think of something. I hope. I don't know. But anyway, that's about it from this end. We're just trying to have fun, and a couple of my buddies have had problems with airplanes, so I don't know how they're doing. I'm hoping to see them in the morning and find out what's going on. But I do have a Pathfinder, not a Pathfinder. What's it called? Anyway, I got 3 new airplanes coming. I got to paint 3 in a row. It looks like an SV. It looks like a Cavalier, but it's an SV11 made to look like a Cavalier, and I just call it the Cavalier SV. Should be the other way around, but anyway, Cavalier SV is a 3520. No, it's 3515 motor. It's just an SV11. Then the other one is a Cavalier that's a Cavalier Air Tiger 36, and the other's a Cavalier profile. And some guy back here behind us must have spent his whole month's wages on fireworks. But anyway, we're coming along. I think it's going to be a fun year after all.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get Carl Reed in. Hey, Carl, I saw you
This thing, so y'all
hours
have to hear
ago.
that.
Thanks for coming in. How you doing, Carl?
Oh, no sound.
Yeah, no sound, Carl. Anyways, we had a good time today flying. Carl was helping out Joe Mata and did some good flying. I was really impressed with his progress. So that was really good, Carl. Let me get to Howard Rush. Hey, Howard, thanks for the ditties you sent me.
You're welcome.
I might recite 1 or 2 of them if you don't mind, or maybe you want to recite them. They're pretty cool.
You can if you want.
All righty, cool. So what's been happening with you? What you been up to?
I've been flying some stunt and looking at the videos and just being disappointed. I don't fly stunt very well, but it's getting better.
Good, good. Now you're watching videos of your own flight, but when I see the camera is you're doing the maneuvers right in front of the camera. Is that the same videos you're seeing?
The camera's on the far side of the circle from where I do most of the tricks.
Okay, so you're actually filming the maneuvers downwind?
Well, the camera's upwind, and I'm doing the maneuvers downwind if I'm lucky.
All right. Okay. So that's a different
How's
camera
no-
than what we see when you're flying on the show?
Yes, the camera that you see is the one in my telephone.
Okay.
Not what I use to. I see what you mean. Yes, it's not the one that I use to run through the little program to draw the traces.
Oh, great.
Tell the tail.
So what kind of camera are you using?
Panasonic FZ18, I think.
Okay. Is it a wide angle camera or not?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a Panasonic. Say it again, F what?
Let's see, what did it say? FZ18, it's an old one.
Okay.
Any old camera will work for that. Any old use these digital still cameras typically have a video mode. You can use them.
Right. Yeah, the problem is finding a wide angle so you can see the whole and see everything, you know?
Yeah, this is a zoomy thing, so it zooms out pretty wide.
Very good.
Howard, how's the dog coming?
Oh, not too rapidly.
I see it's not back on the plane. The wing's not back on the plane yet.
Fine. The weather's too good. It's an interval to stunt right now. Not always, so I'm flying stunt when I can.
Well, I understand that theory.
And there's other chores to do.
Oh, I know that feeling. Brother, do I know that feeling?
Got trophies to whip out for good little boys and girls.
Ah, okay.
Now, with you having Circle One there, how many sessions are you able to get in a day? Do you get multiple sessions?
I could if I got up in the morning.
An honest man, my goodness.
Mhm. Mhm.
How many flights do you normally fly when you do go flying?
Oh, half a dozen or so.
That's pretty good. I mean, it's after 6 flights, it really sometimes my focus kind of wanes a little bit.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
look at the chat box. Let me see what Terry Mitchell is saying. Yes, I've judged scale this year with Walter Hicks. I asked him if he's been to the Northwestern Regionals, and then he says, and that was awesome to see Gordon Delaney. Yes, I look forward to seeing Gordon Delaney myself. And then Jeff Riley says, like sent. Happy 4th, everyone. Thank you, Jeff Riley. And then Marcel Legrand says, Greg Biswick from Aussie is doing an awesome job on the Trailblazer. He doesn't really need any help, but I'm here if he does. He had just a slight warp in the wing, but we was able to sort that out. Very good. And earlier, Tony Dallas, when your comment was down below, it's up high now, so I can see it more clearly. And earlier you said, "Hi, you all. The student is ready for your wisdom." Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says, "Hey everyone, happy Friday." You're right, Sparky. Usually yo. And then Lynn Boss. Hey Lynn, he said, or she says the winds have been very mild in the past couple of days. I'm really hopeful that we have a good day tomorrow. Mark, it will be great to see you. Fantastic, Mark. So you have to get out of here early, to get up early to go drive, 80 miles to Lynn's house?
Yeah, roughly.
Fantastic. And then Roy Lane, who's a member of our YouTube channel, again, thank you for your support. He says, good evening, getting in late, like provided. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And then Sparky, you're up next. Sparky, how you doing, Sparky?
Doing good. Had a score today. I bought 182 rev up propellers, brand new.
Wow, did you score?
Wow.
What size?
Yeah, what sizes?
Well, I got a dozen 13. Let me look here. I'll tell you exactly what I got. And oh shoot, gotta go to eBay. Because John and I were on the phone talking about glow plugs. Couldn't find any glow plugs. So I said, okay, well, let's look on there and see if I can find some glow plugs and so on and so forth. And I just happened to, I said, well, we'll look for rev up props. And I opened it up. He just posted it. So I purchase history. Let's see here. I got 182 rev up propellers.
Jeez.
Let me turn this around and you can see the
all right,
screen.
Oh, wow.
Good gracious.
Holy smokes.
Wow, you really scored.
And the text reads, this is probably the largest, or it's the largest lot of propellers on eBay. These originally came from an RC store that went out of business. Best count, 182 total propellers. Almost all are wooden rev up brand, new, unused. Nearly all in their original packages. These have been sitting in a warehouse for several years. They're quite dusty, and many of the packages may have been opened. See counts below. Now, I already gave these props to Marcel Legrand. There's 10 8.6 master air screw props in that pack, so I gave them to Craig Biswick. He wanted them. There's 12 8.3s, 12 11.6s, 8 11 7.25, 12 11.5 by 6, 12 11 5 by 7. There's 5 12 by 6, 11, 12 sevens, 12, 12 eights, 12, 13 sixes,
Wow.
8, 13 sevens, 12, 13 eights, 10, 14 sixes, 12, 4, 12, 4, there must be two packages, 12, 14 sixes, 8, 14 eights, 6, 15 sixes, 3, 15 sevens, 8, 16 sixes, 3, 16 sixes. Yeah, there must be extra packages. And 5, 16 sevens, and 1, 18 10, which I've never seen.
Wow.
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 It's a
Man,
biggie.
you
And
scored.
then I ended up getting a dozen glow plugs. I think they were $50. It worked out a little under $5 a piece for SIG RC long plugs.
Wow. Good deal.
Great deal.
I thought that was a good score. I know damn well he just put that up because somebody would have bid on that in a heartbeat.
Was it a buy now?
Yeah, it was a buy now, $81.
Oh,
Good gracious.
Cost
Damn,
me,
Jesse. Damn, Jesse,
It was-
how big a gun were you holding?
yeah, there was $14 shipping. They've already shipped, so the guy shipped them right away.
Fantastic.
I put up a new shirt on Teespring. So it's this shirt without the 2016. It's just this airplane and Stunt Hangar going down. Let me let's see if I can find it here.
That's good. That's the very first shirt that I purchased from you. Was that shirt, that blue one?
Let's see if we can share that. Maybe this picture. And we can, one of these two I can share. So we go here, and I forgot how to do this.
So you
Share screen. Okay.
there you go.
All right. So let's do this. We'll share that.
There you go. Very nice.
Cool.
And
How much are they, Sparky?
I think they're $24.95. I don't control that. Teespring does. How do I stop sharing? A green button up there.
Very, very top. There's a button. I think it's red. I thought. Stop sharing.
Oh yeah. Okay. There we go.
Very good.
And I'm working on landing gear. I got the mold here. It's a super nice mold. The windshield mold. And then I'm making some more fuel tanks. I got to get a few ready for take to the Nats with me. I sold all my PA 75 stuff today. All the airplanes, the motor, everything.
Very good.
I don't know about that.
What
Did you make
do
any
that for?
landing gears out of the mold, Sparky?
I have not made any out of this mold yet.
Can you show us some details on it?
Can you have some details on it? Like what?
Yeah, the shape. I mean, what shape is it? Is it the
It's airfoil.
airfoil? Yeah.
2
Oh, I see that.
Airfoil.
Yep. If you get some of that flat unidirection, like 100 grams per square meter, you can cut the material directly to shape to the finished size. If you make a nice template and I put 3 layers on one side, 3 layers on the other side, and in between them you can mix make a spine out of carbon fiber toe just in a center section, and then you fill the rest of it with micro balloons and epoxy. And when you squeeze it, that's going to give you a light one.
I got a whole bag of stuff from Danny pre-preg that they're, he's working in a custom IndyCar carbon fiber place now.
oh, cool.
bunch of stuff. Now they're trying to get me, and I'm going to try it, but they're trying to get me to make a tank out of that pre-preg, which is well and good, but I just about guarantee that nitro is going to eat it up.
You never know. Pre-preg is pretty good lately, but all depends what formulations they have for it. So that's that. There's only one way to find out.
Yeah. I'll get around to it. I know that this works, so I'm going to stick with what I know works.
Well, let me ask a dumb question. What in the world possessed you? How many PA 75s did you have?
I had two.
Wasn't one of them in Monado?
No.
No, Monado was Tiger 60. That's right.
Yeah. I sold my Thunderbolt, my Continental XL, and my two Junars that were powered by a PA 75.
Oh my.
Guy will pick it up Sunday.
I take it you paid for your financing your modeling career for a while.
I'm financing my car. My car needs fixing.
Oh.
I thought the 77s are interchangeable with the Tigers, with the Projets, with the all the PAs. I thought they had the same ball pattern and layout.
The PA 75, the Super Tiger 60 will fit in there, but the problem is when you bolt it in, the length is different. So you gotta, I mean, you can make it work.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So which Junars did you sell, Sparky?
My high roller and that other one that I built and sold to Jerry. Orange one.
Huh.
So I don't know. I'm not real thrilled with that big block motor. I mean, they run great. They're great running. It's just too much. You can't get away from it. So I'm going to stick with my Super Tigers, and I got three PA. I got two PA 65s and a 61. So those are more in the 60 class airplanes. They're not that extra weight of all that stuff to carry around. That one has a 65 in it, and there's a 61 and 65 sitting over on a shelf. So I haven't got rid of all the PAs. I just got rid of the 75.
What do you mean by too much?
Weight.
Pulls too hard?
Weight.
Oh.
It's 75 is an ounce heavier, plus you got 8 ounces of fuel instead of 6. So there's 3 different, plus you got the header and the pipe and all, just too much rigmarole. It's 5 ounces difference.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all on the nose. It's like flying with a battery in the nose.
Nothing wrong with the battery in the nose.
Uh-huh.
To each his own.
Yeah, that's right. Its own, absolutely.
20 years ago, we were talking about tune pipes and mufflers, and now it's ICs and electrics. There's room for everybody.
I don't believe that there's a need for that tuned pipe. That's a lot of extra weight hung underneath the airplane.
Yeah.
Well, as powerful as a PA 75 is, I don't any more power is that's kind of wild. I've got a couple tune pipe airplanes, but I never experienced all the finicky and the problems that everybody else seems to have had with them, but I never did fly them that much. But I got a Cardinal downstairs with a 46 in it that thing flies so well it's ridiculous, and it easy to start, easy to fly, and it's easy to tune. It just works. But I saw the guys with the 61s and 65s
What I don't get about guys who run
75s.
PA Fitzgerald.
What?
You must have
You cut out, Sparky.
Yeah, you must have a bad connection. He'll come back, I'm sure.
Yeah.
John Miller, you want to go and share what you want?
Yeah, let me set it up. I've got about 3 different things here, so bear
right.
with me.
Well, while you're doing that, let me. Howard Rush sent me these ditties. They're pretty funny. He says, "When your left eye jumps and your scores begin to fall, could be the Jive Combat Team is kicking in your stall."
Ay, ay, ay.
Need a drum set or something. And then the Jive Combat Team put balsa dust around your bed. Wake up in the morning, find your glow plug dead.
Bada bing.
That's what I need. Bada bing. And last one here, he says, all those pretty stunters stand in line. Jive Combat Team will be up front in an hour's time.
It reminds me of Aldrich's Stuka Stunt Blues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good, Howard. If you have more, keep them coming. I like it. John Miller is sharing. All right.
Okay, these like I say, this I don't know what happened, but it disappeared off of the vendor site.
Right.
So this is I'm putting it on here so at least it'll be in the record on the forum here. But this is how to use the pattern sheets to create your parts. And this was from this is my Panzerflug. That was the little German what if twin that I did. And I did I started this and did all the parts, had all the parts cut and ready in about less than 3 hours. And they were nice and clean. And you'll see. But I'll go picture. I'll make a little explanation on it. There's your main tool right there.
All right.
All right. And just another view of what you see how they're laid out like on a 3-inch wide sheet. This is on a 4-inch wide sheet.
All right.
And so down here it says it calls out what it is: 1/4 by 4 by 36 balsa, 1 required. That means you only need 1, but on up here it'll say 2 required, like for the ribs.
Right.
And what you do on that is okay, step back a minute here. The way I stick these on is I take a can of 3M and I lay my balsa out on the table, covered the table, then lay the balsa on it. And I cut these out to the edge like the sheet of, it represents a sheet of balsa. Turn them over so the back side is up. And I stand back about 3 or 4 feet and I spray just lightly over everything and let the 3M settle on it. Not spraying right on it, but just let it fall on it. And what that does is it adheres, but when you want to take it off, you just take it, just peel it off really, kind of like some of the easy to remove stencil pieces. So when it says 2, you'll take 2 pieces of balsa, stick them together the same way, and then put the sheet on top of it. So you're cutting all the ribs at one time. Now, going to the next step, okay, we're getting ready to cut. And where'd it go? Hate it when that happens. It says I'm still sharing.
Oh yeah, we still got it. We got it.
You still got it? I can't see it now for some reason.
Yeah, it's showing the nacelle doubler and the scissors.
Oh, there it is. I got it now. Okay, so getting ready. Couple more there. You see, I've cut them to the size of these sheets of balsa.
Okay.
And here I've started sticking them on. And what this does now at this point, let's see if I show it on the next one. Well, here they're all stuck on. Some of them have been doubled up where there takes 2 of them. Everything's getting stacked up, ready to go. Okay, here's where I've done a rough cutout. You don't cut right to the line. Stay off of the line a little bit. In this case, I use the bandsaw to cut these outside, but you could use a jigsaw just as well. But you don't try to cut to the line, you cut outside the line a little bit.
Right.
You get it all lined up, everything ready to go, and now you're ready for the next step. Right there. That's how you get the nice clean cuts.
All right.
I use this sanding disc, very carefully sand it to the line. You can get an idea there. But when you're done and you pull it off, look how nice and clean those ribs are.
Wow, very
in
nice.
all these parts. Nice and clean. No burned edges. Don't get me wrong, I like laser cutting, but if you don't have the money to do it or whatever, or you want to just do it at home, whatever, this is how you can do it using the pattern sheet. This all the parts for that, not counting the sheeting and stuff like that, it only came out to 5.1 ounces. So, but I put everything in the plastic bag so that I can keep track of it. So that's what we've got going with this. Let me get that down and come up with.
You still there, John?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just trying to come up with, okay, well, I'll go to this then next. This is where we're at with the Trailblazer with the electric version. And today I spent most of the day working on getting this all right. This is the sections. There's your battery.
What I'm seeing, John, is the wood on the scale.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm probably going to have to stop share.
All right.
Go back to that. Now, how's that?
It's coming. It's not here yet, but it's on its way. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. What I worked on most of the day today was getting this right. There's your battery box and the motor box. And Dennis Adamison was very kind. He let me have the file. This is for a 35 millimeter motor. And his is short. It's comes about there. This is a little bit longer. And he suggested that I go into the wing like that with it, which gives you a lot of room to move that battery back or forward. And with it, you notice it's got air inlets on these pieces here. And it's got exhaust outlets here and then back here. There's, I haven't got this drawn yet. I've got Dennis's version, but it needs to be modified. Somebody said something? Okay. So that's where that's at, right? It says I'll stop sharing on that. And I'll go to, and I should be able to go here. Okay, let me back up a little bit. There's some things to see here. There's Marcel's Pathfinder twin that he's been working on.
Don't see it.
Oh, okay, back up, John. I know why you're not seeing it. I get ahead of myself. Do this, start sharing, and I should go to there. Share. Now it should be coming up.
It's coming up. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, there's Marcel's Pathfinder twin that he's working on. And he's doing a nice job.
He's doing a new one?
Well,
Gosh,
yeah.
he
He
just
sold the
finished
other.
one.
He sold the other one.
Oh, okay.
This is the Trailblazers stabbing elevator.
Oh, nice.
I've got two shots of it in here. Craig Beswick this is his build. And it's in here again. But this is what I want to show you. He's starting to lay out his thrust lines. You know, this isn't glued in yet.
Mhm.
So he's lining these up first. And that's the way to do it. Be careful about lining those up good. That's Gordy's big Gemini twin.
Wow, that is pretty. Wait a
Isn't
minute,
it?
leave that up a second.
All right.
Picture of that.
That wing is so big, it looks like a surfboard going over when it does a reverse swing over. Pair of OS 35S's, way more power than you need, pulls your arm off. That's why Pathfinder Twin went to pairs of 15s. We saw what the Jive Combat Team and Paul Walker were doing with a pair with 415s on a 100-ounce 4-engine bomber, and realized that we don't need two OS 35S's or anything near that big to fly a decent sized twin. And if you get it to the right size, it doesn't pull your arm off. And if it doesn't pull your arm off, now you can concentrate on finessing the airplane instead of hanging onto it with both hands trying to keep it from pulling you over. So anyway, okay. So we're back to Craig Beswick's stabbed elevator and rudder. Here's where his wing is starting up.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that nice?
Very
And
nice.
it uses the Millennium style wing. You'll notice all of the, I like to use the spars on the flat like that. I was taught that the section modulus, the area on that, puts more section modulus further out, which gives you more strength out where you need it. And instead of, a lot of people would turn it up and put the thin side straight up and down, and that's not necessarily the strongest way to go. So that's, and here he hand cut all these ribs. I don't think he had seen the thing on what I did on making the pattern sheet. So he put a lot of work into cutting his ribs, and he did a decent job, you know, for hand cutting them all.
Very nice.
I love these wingtips. You know, this is he got them coming like I wanted them to look. You
Very
know,
nice.
and there's the inboard one. You know, it's all right. Shoot, that's the outboard one. And oops, go through this. That's the asp engines that Marcel's putting on his Pathfinder twin.
What size? Ask.
Okay. 15s.
All right.
Here's some more of the part Craig cut out. This being the parts for the wingtips. That's for the cover up the opening for the lead outs to come out, and that's the inner liner of that opening. There's some 64th ply there for so the wires don't cut into it as easily. And here he had, like Marcel mentioned, they had a warp that got in there when he built it. And so they'd wet it, apparently wet it, steamed it or whatever, and had put this on there and were setting it up to dry. Because here's that warp, how it looked down there.
Okay, I see it.
Ooh,
Mhm.
You see it?
Yeah.
yeah, I had one do that. Mm.
Yeah. But Marcel says they've got it, he believes they've got it fixed. So that's good. That's good. So that, I think, is all. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. I saw that disc sander, and it looks like it has a notch in the very center. I've never seen that before.
Let me go back to that. See, figure out where I got it.
That was when you're showing the parts, how to do the
Yeah,
the
I
3M.
just got to find which one. There it is. It's on this one. That would be back this way. Whoops. That notch there.
I don't see it yet.
Oh, that jumped the gun. Gotta stop sharing. And now I've got to go to there. And then I've got share. Go to there. Now it's coming up.
Right.
You're talking about this notch here?
Yeah, did you make that or did it come like that?
It came like that. There's a nut in there that holds that wheel in place. So you can take it off if you need to.
What does that notch do for you? Does it do anything?
It clears the nut. So the nut sticks out just a little bit, so it clears it. No, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't get in your way. That's the only, but I usually have it set up high enough. It sets up high enough, but that's just helps you back up. So you can get in there, undo it, lift that wheel, pull that wheel out, lift it up and pull it out.
All right, cool. I just never seen that notch in any disc sander before.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Is it connected to a belt sander too?
Yeah, it has a little belt sander. That's that.
What I do with mine is I want to do just a little bit of sanding. I take my other hand and move the belt sander.
Yeah.
And it turns it real slow and you can get it really fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great idea, Mark.
That is a good idea. I know if you when you cut the pieces out, if you leave a 16th or more away from the line and you get in there with it going around and just very carefully and then just sand it to the line, boy, you get the nicest parts out of there. You know, Dave Tribble used to sell kit. He had one he called the Music, and he had some profiles, and I always wondered how he cut those parts so nice. When I was doing that, I finally figured out how he did it. You know, and he pin routed the fuselages, but all his parts he did it like that with the sanding.
The way you do it with that spray adhesive and the paper is exactly the same way I do it.
It works, doesn't it? It works real good.
Yeah, I like to get laser cut as much as I can, but when I need some pieces I don't have laser cut right away, doing them with that paper, print it out and then spray the 3M on the back and stick it on the balsa wood and cut it out on the
and it really
bandsaw and then put it on your sander. And it gets really good.
Yeah, and it really helps if, for instance, you've got a 1/2 inch or 3/8 or, because of most laser cutters that are being used for the modeling industry have trouble cutting anything more than 1/4 inch. They start having trouble, so they get
even 1/4 inch is hard for a lot of them.
Right. And so what happens if you got a 1/2 inch piece of balsa you want to cut? Well, it's hard for the laser cutter, so it might be worthwhile to do it this way to get your parts out of the thicker wood.
The other thing is, the laser cutters only do 90-degree cutting. If you want to do a bevel, you can do it on your table, on your disc sander there by just tilting the table.
Yep.
Idea.
Yeah, there's lots of neat little things you can do.
So this is that wisdom Tony Dallas is talking about. We're bringing it.
Well,
hey, John.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I use the same technique when I need to laminate some fiberglass, for example, on the top of the foam I'm using.
It works a treat, doesn't it? It just it falls on it and it doesn't stick and grab it. You can't pull it apart easy.
Yeah. So when I mold, when I put the foam core inside the plane, I had an inner layer of fiberglass, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the outer layer, the foam, and the inner layer. But the inner layer, I lay it down just like you said with the 3M77. And after that, what I do, and you can actually use the same technique if you want to glass the nose of a plane or something like that.
Really?
It's great. You just put your fiberglass on a piece of paper, whatever, But when you drape it down and put it on top of the nose, you can just work it out, and it stays in position for you. And you can even trim it off if you want to. trim
That's
all the
better.
excess off and stays there. And after that, all you have to do is just do a final fixing, because the little bit of 3M77 gets dissolved.
Yep,
And it's
that's
not
even better
adding any
than
wood.
that's even better than the way I was doing. I would spray the part and then put the dry fiberglass on. But
Yep.
that's better if you shoot the fiberglass, get it on there, and it just drapes on you. You just kind of rub it, smooth it, and get rid of the wrinkles and everything.
Yep.
Pull it, nug it, and all that. Yeah.
Yep. And
Yep.
and if you want to do a easy layout of the fiberglass on the nose, don't put it at 0-90 degrees. You put it bias at 45 degrees.
Right.
So if you look from the top, so if the nose is here, you look straight down on it, the fiber should go like this.
Right.
And this is the nose to tail, right? And they're gonna drape very nicely around even tight corners.
You
And-
know that could work on a Trailblazer. Putting fiberglass like that on the bias on that where that foam is in the back between the flap and the back of the airplane.
And actually, that's going to give you more torsional strength.
Exactly. And I don't think there'd be any weight gain on it, but you won't have a twisting fuselage anymore.
If you want to do a lightweight layout like that, to put the fiberglass on top of, even if you put it on top of the balsa wood, what you want to do, get one of those paint rollers that you paint your walls with, but get like the little, like 3 inch or 4 inches roller, the little ones, right?
Right.
And mix your epoxy, whatever you want to put in there, right? The more fluid the epoxy, the better off you are. Give yourself some working time too. What you want to do, you take your roller, you mix the epoxy, put in a paper plate, right? And you get the roller like that in there, right? And what you do, you take some paper towels and put the rollers to the paper towels until you don't see it dripping with epoxy anymore.
Right.
Makes sense? So now you have a very, very dry roller of epoxy. And you actually have to push it down to actually squeeze anything out of it. And by doing that, what happens is that you get the epoxy just in a fiberglass.
Yeah.
And it doesn't soak in and wets everything out to the point where it's very heavy and filled in with epoxy and soaking down and stuff like that.
Got a question on that. So if you were doing it, for instance, say you formed the, like on the Trailblazer, between the flap and the back of the airplane and made it kind of a concave on both sides, and you had it set up so you could do it. Would you use that dry roller technique on the foam and the wood that's in the framework and on the fiberglass?
No, you put your fiberglass on with the 3M77.
Okay, gotcha.
Just like you put your paper on top of your wood.
Gotcha.
Right? And with your hands, you make it nice and neat and all the good stuff. To the point it lays down in there, it looks good, right?
Yeah.
Then you get your roller and just start to work it in.
Yeah, what would you use? Would you use about 1 ounce or 2 ounce?
There is a 1.6, I think it's style 109 is called. It's 1.6 ounce per square yard.
Right.
And it's a balanced cloth. Which means it has equal strands in both directions.
Oh, so it's already biased.
No, it's balanced, I said.
Oh, balanced. Okay.
Yeah. So you're looking at some cloth, they are balanced. For example, it's a mistake to use the 0.5 ounces per square meter fiberglass. You should use the 0.7, because the 0.5 it's exactly as 0.7, only it's unbalanced.
Sure, and it have like say maybe 40 threads one direction and 20 the other,
and 56 in the other one, or something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. While the 0.75, it's a balanced cloth.
So it have like 50 on both directions. Yeah.
Exactly. And guess what? Because the thickness is the same on both of them, instead of filling up the gap with epoxy or something like that, you have fiberglass over there, which is better, right?
Yeah.
So you have to weigh in there. It's like, what do you want, right? You want to fill in the gap with glue, or just would you rather have some structure in there?
Gotcha.
But
Good point.
yeah, but
Good
the trick with the rollers, so after you put your fiberglass with a 3M77 over there, use a roller, but pretty dry roller, and use the light, right? So basically, as you roll, let me see if I can. So as you roll, you can see that it becomes shiny, right?
Yeah.
The fiberglass becomes shiny like that, and then it's so you roll, and all of a sudden you see it's like that. It becomes shiny. That means you saturate the fiberglass. Then you move on. Make
Yeah,
sense?
because otherwise you'll have spots that might not have.
As soon as it becomes transparent and shiny, you're done.
Okay.
Otherwise, you continue to add weight to nothing,
Right.
to your balsa wood at that point.
Well, what I've shown on the Trailblazer is I show one and I say this is how to get it maybe lighter and stronger, and that's using, like Phil was talking about it, but where it's concave on both sides, and then you use in his case he'll use 64th plywood on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
But for most people building it, leave it flat and sheet it with balsa over the foam, biased, 90-degree bias, side to side, and that should come out pretty strong. And
yeah, I'm sure.
But the way of going with the concave and with either the 64th ply or the fiberglass will probably be the strongest of them all.
But you have to be mindful about that. So let's say you have a piece of foam, right? And even though it's concave like this, and you have the fiberglass on both sides, right? It's good torsional, but it's not good in this direction, right?
Oh,
Makes sense?
yeah.
Because the way you lay out the fibers. So if you want to do something like this, it's probably even easier to go to two flat pieces of foam and plate them on top and the bottom with a piece of balsa.
Yeah, that's basically
And you take
fuselage.
Yeah, and you take the top and the bottom, and you get the top and the bottom like this, like a bullet shape.
Uh-huh.
Right? Makes sense?
Yeah.
So you have the flat sides from the foam and the bullet shaped balsa caps.
Oh, let me. Can I share something there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me go back to sharing. That, okay, make sure I've got it. Okay, you see, I need to make that a little more bold. There's the one where I show it, like that. But this, I can sharpen this up a little bit, then that's a good idea. I see exactly what you're saying. Just didn't go far enough. It's rounded. It's got I don't know if I can zoom in on this or not. I don't think I might be able to. Let's see. There, you can get the way it's rounded, but it's not like what you're talking about. It needs to, like a parabolic curve there.
They both work. They both work.
Would this work like it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And if you have, you know what? If you have some unidirectional carbon, the flat one,
yeah,
you can put it in between the balsa sticks and the foam. So they're gonna create two blades that go like this, right?
Yeah.
And that's gonna take they're gonna work in this direction, right?
Gotcha.
So your fuselage doesn't do this number, right?
Right.
So they the unidirectional between the foam and the balsa caps takes care of this direction, right? The
Gotcha.
fiberglass, which is at bias on the outside, takes care of the torsion.
I'll tell you, you know how stiff a foam wing can be.
Yeah, I know. I
Uh,
made several.
Yeah, that's where this idea is coming from. Well, thanks for your input on that, and I hope any questions might be had to or taken care of.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
I'm hunting tonight. Just
Yeah, I see you. Let me catch up with the chat box. I have a few comments in the chat box. Joe Thompson, he says, Happy Friday. Charles and Stunt Hangar, like provided. Thank you very much, Joe. Hopefully we'll get together soon. And then Terry Mitchell, he says, question. I have an OS 40 FSR-S factory stunt engine. How big of a plane would it fly? That is a very powerful motor, by the way.
It is. That was the one where they finally had figured out how to tame it. They were doing everything in the world they could get it tamed. They finally figured out that they'd go like an 11 to 12-inch prop and a 3.5-inch pitch, something like that. Low pitch, high RPM. And
he could fly as big a plane as an impact, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's a very powerful one. It's just as powerful as the 40 VF.
It's very powerful, but it wants to run at a higher RPM, and so you got to prop it for the plane. And
anybody else have another opinion as far as that motor? That 40 FSR-S? How big of a plane you could use? This is Terry Mitchell.
I think Howard may have used one once or twice.
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
When you're done with that, I can show you an interesting prop balancing trick.
All right, cool. Let me get to Lynn Burrell. Unfortunately, I lost Joe Gilbert. He must have had to duck out. But let me finish the chat here. Then James Clark, he says, good evening, flying again, 50 years later. Yeah, you're a retread. We got a lot of retreads in this hobby. Well, I'm glad you're flying again, James. Hope you're enjoying it, and hope we can be a help. And I know a lot of things have changed in 50 years. And hopefully hope you can get some new modern engines. I would recommend that. And then Dr. Petrovich says, where can I find a Lockheed P-38 Lightning?
Oh.
1943.
I'm thinking, did that guy made all those warbird plans? Did he make one, a P-38?
No.
Yes, he did.
Of a 38?
Yeah, I've got a set of the plans on. I bought his full set, and there's a P-38 in there.
Well, I didn't see that one. I'd have bought one. I'd like to have a copy of that one and the Hellcat. I've been trying to find the Hellcat. I bought the J3. I mean the JN3.
Yeah.
SBD3 Dauntless, and I meant to get the Hellcat. So yeah.
We'll talk to me later. But before he died, he made he did the greatest deal ever. He sold thumb drives with all of his drawings on them.
I should have snagged it when I had the chance. I remember
for a really reasonable price.
Yeah, I remember him advertising that on the Stunt Hangar forum, and I didn't take advantage of it. And then we have Dennis Adamiston, who is a member of our YouTube channel. He says, "Life delivered. Be there in a moment," and he's in the gallery right now. Thank you very much for coming in. And let me get to Lynn Burrell. Thanks for waiting so patiently, Lynn. Appreciate it.
How are you guys doing?
Doing well. Doing well.
Good stuff. And flying the new airplane. I've got about 15 flights on it now.
Right.
Still struggling with props and line lengths and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm flying in the right length of lines and just struggling a bit. It's all good though. We're getting it. We're getting there.
Sure, you will get
Slow but sure.
You know, I had a question for I actually want to ask Joe too, but since you're here, Lynn, and then Ryan, and Denny. Have you flown at the World Championships before?
No.
No. Okay. Either way, I'm sure you can still answer this question. So, the competition level, I mean, is that elevated compared to like our Nats or even the Canadian Nats?
That's funny. That's a funny question. Well, think about this. You have only the top 5 level flyers all around. Because these are the
Howard Rush is in
champions.
the world. I'm sorry, Howard. Forgot about you. He's on the world team. Go ahead, Tryon.
Yeah, I mean, the level is very high. It's incredibly high. For most part, yeah.
I mean, besides, I know that when we have the World Championships, you're going to have those signs every quarter arc of the circle has that height guide kind of thing there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes, that
Yeah,
kind
they
of.
do.
So does that make it more difficult because you actually, I mean, it's pretty much exposed if you're making your maneuvers too big as opposed to like our Nats, we don't have any sort of indication
Yes, that's correct.
too big. So are
Yeah, you're gonna find out that the maneuvers are much smaller than you think they are.
right. So as your preparation,
Not just a little bit smaller, much smaller.
so in your preparation, are you guys going to have those things on your practice flying circle every quarter?
When I'm training right now, I'm putting cones on the ground and every 45 degrees.
Yeah.
But that doesn't cover your height, though. That just covers your size. If you happen to be,
Well, if the span is like this, is also the height. So there you get. And since I'm a visual flyer, I just look at the distance between cones and I get the circle about yay big, for example.
You're able to see the cones when you're doing your maneuvers?
Just when you fly a level flight, you can just take the plane, eyes off the plane a little bit, just gauge the cones and run with it.
Just remember the markers on the outside of the circle are good for the pilots and are worthless for the judges. All right.
Right.
Why is that?
Well, they're set up so the pilot can see something that's out 45 degrees, or but the judges are another circle radius plus a little bit beyond that, so their angular view of the markers is way different.
True.
Okay.
The level flight marker, of course, is good, but that's not a huge thing.
Yeah.
I think most judges know where their level flight should be based on where the airplane crosses their body and stuff like that. So.
Yep, that's also true.
These the markers are at I forget how many meters it is. It's about 101.5 feet, and the judges get used to seeing it.
If you put the plane on the markers from the judge's perspective, you're flying too big already. That means you're flying outside the markers.
Mm-hmm.
You're flying too big.
Well, you got to fly from the pilot's perspective because that's where you're flying.
Yeah, no, it's like if I was a judge and I saw the plane exactly on the markers, I would know that geometrically he's flying too big.
Mm-hmm.
You would? Yeah.
I mean, you do the math. You look at the geometry and over there from a perspective of the judge and over there, and it's just a little bit bigger.
You learn what's right, though.
Hmm?
You learn what's right. Of course, it varies by line size.
That's what I was working on my my last sessions, just knowing where my 45 is, what the size should be, stuff like that.
What are you doing, Lynn, to get the right perspective of how big your maneuvers need to be?
I've always just felt for 45 degrees. Like I sort of have a feel for it. I base it on my past scores and just the number of years I've been doing it. Like I can basically put my arm up at 45 and I can kind of see where 45 is, and that's where 45 is. It's kind of locked in my memory at this point.
But what I mean is,
Then have Naomi.
I don't fiddle with it. Like I don't go out there going, oh, am I too high, too low? No, I do it the same all the time. Like
What
I
I'm
do
talking
the
about
same
is your span, like
thing I've always done.
like your figure eight. Like your figure eight shouldn't go no more than a quarter of the circle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about that, the more horizontal, more than the vertical angle. I'm talking about how big your maneuvers are as far as how far wide they're.
I'm basically just trying to fly everything a little smaller at this time, getting used to flying it a little smaller because I know that's what they want at the Worlds. They tend to like it smaller. So fine, I'll fly them a little smaller. I'm more concerned about my intersections. My intersections are my biggest problem. I struggle with them. I cross them and I don't want to. So I'm really working hard on my intersections more than anything. The other stuff for me tends to fall into place pretty good. And people don't say, oh, your 45's too high or oh, your 45's too low. I go by what I have. Like I've flown so many contests that if judges were always telling me, oh, your 45 is too high or it's too low, but they never say anything about it. So I don't
Looky
worry
there.
about it. I just fly 45 the way I always fly 45. I don't
There we
think
go.
about it. Same as I don't think about level flight. Level flight is level flight. I know where 5 feet is. That's where I fly.
Hmm.
I've done it long enough, and I'm sure guys like Dennis and Howard and so forth have done level flight long enough that we're not looking at where our level flight is. We know where our level
Oh
flight
yeah,
is.
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes.
I'm not going to sit there trying to look for markers at level flight when I'm flying level. No, I just fly level. I don't even think about that. I fly
Mhm.
level.
Oh, I'm using the markers just to get a mental idea of how big the maneuver is going to be.
Yes, yes, yes. The size of the maneuver I
I'm
can
not
understand, but
I'm not
you're
flying
not
because I'm
probably
flying
using it
through
to
them.
find it. Yeah, but you're not generally looking at them to see if you're flying level because you already know
No,
where level flight is.
that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the spacing between them. That's all.
Right. Gotcha. For sure.
Hey Howard, is it too late to show what you wanted to show? I know I had you.
Oh, yeah, the prop thing. I'll go back to the shop and show you. Thanks for reminding me to switch it on my airplane.
No problem. And hi, Gordy. I seen you, Gordy. I'm just getting around to everybody. I'll get to you very shortly.
But yeah, I was showing you the height markers. I've got them 45 degrees around the circle, and they're hard to see. So
Yeah.
it's good to have them there to get used to looking for them.
Right. I think that's a good idea.
But to tell where 5 feet is, it's easier to have a bar with fluorescent paint on it 10 feet wide.
Yeah. Well, I'm almost at 5 feet, so it's easy for me.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I should say almost. I'm just a little bit above 5 feet. What I should say, 5'5". So.
Run out to the edge of the circle and then look when you fly by. That'd be kind of hard to do. Okay, here's what I was going to show. This is an Igor prop, and Mike Haverly came up with this method for balancing it. Maybe it's common, I don't know. You glue a piece of lead on the crotch of the opposite the heavy blade, and whittle until it comes out right.
Right, good idea.
Howard, do you know that I don't know who sells them, but it's like there are sheets of lead, flat sheets of lead with sticky back.
You go to a golf pro shop. They use that to balance their golfing clubs.
Yes.
I purchased it, and it stays on.
I see that.
I know. I had someone say, "I don't think that's a good idea, Charles. It might come off." I haven't had any of them come off.
I wouldn't use it on a prop.
That's what I was told, but they adhere pretty good.
You can get them at auto shop.
Well, the centrifugal force around the hub is not that high. So if you put them around the hub, I think they should be fine. But now if you put them towards the tips of the prop, then it's a different story.
That makes sense. You got to get closer to home, Howard. You're breaking up. Yeah, Howard. Wi-Fi is gone away.
Charles,
slow zap.
Say it again now, Hart. We got a better.
Put it on with slow zap.
With slow zap. Okay.
Really strong stuff.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I
Which
had
may
come off. I
dry by the time I start my engine, but we'll see.
All right.
Howard, what size was that prop you just showing us?
12-inch.
What's the pitch?
Oh, I don't know, 5 or so.
I think if it's a Igor, it's probably 5.5.
I got the pitch.
Falcon, if you're talking about for electric motors, Falcon makes some very nice props. For what it's worth.
Alrighty.
Who does?
Falcon. Falcon. Let me see here. Matter of fact, let me get to. I finished with you, Lynn. Right, Lynn?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, and then so Gordon, how you doing? What you been up to, Gordon?
Well, we went out last Monday to go flying, and about the time we got the lines rolled out, it started raining.
Ah, man.
So rolled up the line, thought we'd wait it out. Then the wind came.
Oh, man.
So we decided, well, let's go have breakfast.
Yeah, I bet.
And ever since then, the weather's been beautiful.
Oh, good.
But we haven't gone flying, though.
Got to get out there.
Yeah, Brent and Danny's going out tomorrow. So he's going to call me in the morning to see if I still want to go.
Oh, okay.
It's already July. Get out there.
Yeah, I know. I haven't had one flight this year.
Yeah, you got to get out there, Gordon.
Well, the brain's willing, but the body's not being very nice to me.
Yeah, I know. It's not going to get any easier. You got to get out there and just you got to will yourself without hurting yourself. It's that nice balance that you got to be careful. Yeah, because this is amazing how the body just atrophies if you don't use it, you lose it literally.
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid of losing an airplane.
You what?
I'm mainly afraid of losing the airplane.
Oh, I know. I understand that. I totally get that. You have some nice airplanes. They represent lots of time and hours spent. And so you don't want to lose the airplane.
Well, in my 60-something years of flying, I've never crashed a stunt ship.
Don't say that.
Wow.
Say that.
That's it. I know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, hope it doesn't happen. Let me catch him on the chat box real quick. James Clark. 10-4 old Fox 35, getting 40 sides or so. All right. And then Philip Bailey gave us a like. Thank you very much, Dennis. Philip. Denny, and you're up next, Denny. How you doing? And so glad. Thanks for coming in. What you been up to?
Oh, well, sorry I'm late. We were watching a rom-com with the spousal unit. So what the heck? Sometimes you got to do that. So
Better be sorry.
That's right. So I'm glad Tryon's here. This is for you, pal. You pay attention.
I didn't do it.
No. It's finally, slowly getting there.
My goodness, look at that.
Look at that.
I will have you know, Mr. Romanian, that this is a fiberglass fuselage.
I see that.
And it's remnants of the airplane I broke earlier this year. It's the wing, the tail. I did put a new fin on it, but it's getting this close to being an airplane. All right. It's
good, man.
Got controls and everything.
Very nice. Looks very
good. The wing and the tail both bolt on, so it makes a lot of things easier. But all in all, I'm pretty happy the way it's coming together. So
Super.
Yeah. Looks kind of like a jet.
Looks great, man.
It's good.
It looks great.
yeah,
Maybe after the Nats, you let me fly it.
I don't know. The Nats is a month away. I don't know if I can get the darn thing done, but
Shit,
we'll
finish it.
see.
Let's go.
I
Chop chop.
gotta finish it. It was supposed to be finished. I was supposed to have it finished the test fly this weekend and fly it in Detroit next weekend, but I don't know if either one of those is going to happen. So,
Yep.
but I know it's possible and I know it's counterproductive, but I've even thought of covering the wing and tail and taking it out before I painted the fuselage. But then that means setting everything up and then taking it all apart again to paint. So I'm not going to do that. So
I
I have
think that's a
another.
great idea to have because you have a take. If you have a take apart, then they should take it apart and paint it separate and assemble it after that. It's the best.
So anyhow, it'll be not a lot of eye candy there or anything like that. It does look it has its moments. My nephew designed the fuselage using all elliptical cross sections, circles and ellipses and everything like that. So there's a lot of curvature in the fuselage,
Yep.
and it doesn't. You look at it, you don't realize that it's like 3 inches wide because it's so tapered and everything like that. So
Why did you make it so narrow?
why so narrow? Yeah.
Mhm.
This was this was the first usable part out of the molds. They have molds for a complete airplane, and they've been dragging their feet on molding the rest of it. And I'm disappointed in that, but I'll be down if I'm gonna. I got these fuselages, been up in the rafters for years. I need the rafter space, all right? You get the darn things in the air. So
How's the weight looking on that, Dennis?
I haven't weighed it. Really haven't. I mean, it to me, very, I don't know, Sparky would rant and rave and everything like that, but it is what it is, I
Well,
know
that's true.
the bare fuselage before I started was a 6-ounce shell, which is normally pretty good. It's heavier than that now because it's got, things like an engine mount and tank tray or, battery trays and things like that in it.
Yeah.
Dennis,
Yeah.
eat your heart out.
That's it. That's it. I'll tell you what, I've been,
Very nice.
the
Wow.
this thing was designed, it was supposed to have an open top with a canopy over it, the battery dropping in from the top. And I have since tried to commit all my stuff to side batteries, and that's been the hardest part of this thing here. I come so close to cutting the nose off the fuselage and putting the battery in from the back, like a certain friend of ours in Atlanta does. And,
That's pretty cool.
Romanians.
yeah. But I
I don't
haven't
watch them
ruled that
crazy
out
Iranians.
actually for the
No.
next one.
The reason for which I did that, Dennis, is because I already have the nose as a separate section and the tail as a
That's
separate
right.
section. And I
Yeah,
said, if I have the nose being taken apart, that's the easiest thing. Why should I make a nose take apart and then a hatch in the nose? It didn't make any
exactly.
sense to me.
Exactly.
And-
Well, and the way you made it, of course, fits in a nice, tidy little shipping box and everything like that. That's cool. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yep.
61 inches, 610 squares, kind of in my comfort zone. We'll see.
Super.
By the way, Dennis, I like your shirt. You got that vintage shirt. Sparky's gonna have those shirts available again.
Well, he might forgive me then for not weighing my airplane.
Minus the 16. It don't have the years, but
Yeah, this is definitely an older one. So
I have one just like it. It's one of my favorite stunt shirts. But it's
Me
getting
too.
old.
Charles, later on, since we have a lot of composite talking here today, I have a little show and tell if you want to later on when everybody's done sharing.
All right. Yeah, we're almost done with everybody, so that'll be fine. Let me see here in the chat box. I got this. I'm just reading what's in front of me. This is Mardu. That's how do you say this? Duque de la Fuente. Mayday, Mayday. This is Captain Zelinsky, Flight 747. Can someone read me? I need assistance. He goes on to say, there's a bomber flying close to us. Mayday, Mayday. So anyways, we have someone who has a sense of humor. And I believe Mark Gerber had to go, so he bailed on us. And we're all caught up. I think, John, did you want to share something else, or was that?
Yeah, I've got Hutchinson's P-38 Lightning hold up ready to
Yeah,
share.
let's take a look. Let's take a look at it.
Okay. Is it up?
Oh my goodness, and it's a twin.
Oh yeah. That's the fuselage, of course.
Kind of hard to see.
Wing. It's actually got the high aspect ratio wing on it. It looks more like a P-38 Lightning than any that I've ever seen before. But you notice how he's built. I believe he's probably got foam inside of here.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know about his booms, but he did such a nice job of designing these. Let me bring a wing up.
Kind of hard to see.
Who designed that, John?
Don Hutchinson.
Oh, I say because Kurt Alnex had one also.
Oh yeah, but Kurtz was, he wanted the, let me take here what I'm doing here. There, no, that's not the one I wanted. He wanted the pod scale, but he didn't want the wing, that high aspect ratio wing, and it didn't look right.
Well, I told him to cheat on the wing, and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, well, hold on a minute. I'm having trouble getting this. Try it again. Trouble is I have to figure out which one of these tabs I've got it on. Okay, now it should come up.
Was that one of Don's profile, John?
Yes. Oh, I'm having trouble getting the wing up on it. I've got it. So it happened here. There it is.
Here we go.
And these are pencil drawings, pencil and vellum.
Oh, no wonder they're hard to see. I was trying to think why it's so hard to see.
Yeah, that's why he did all his work was hand drawn. But see, now that is a P-38 wing. I'm sure the aspect ratio isn't as high as it normally is, but it makes it look like a P-38.
It does.
Yeah,
I like the looks of that, John. That's sharp.
Yeah, and which did you want, the Hellcat or the Wildcat? So which one were you looking?
I think it's the Hellcat. Wildcat's got the trapeze gear, and the Hellcat's the one that folded back. It'd be the Hellcat.
Yeah, I'll have to look and see on there, but
I didn't even know he did a Wildcat. That's pretty cool too. A lot of the stuff that I get like this, I'll probably never build. I just love to look at them.
Gotcha.
Some days I just get out plans and look at them, and I'll pick a little thing out of this one I like, and a little thing out of this one I like, and then I do it in my next airplane. So, wow.
Here's the Hellcat. Come on.
I'm amazed at all you guys that still got sunny skies, because it's been dark here for hours. I mean, they firing on fireworks an hour ago, maybe two.
Dark here too. Philip, down in Southern California, it's dark.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why up in Olympia, Washington, why it's still light up there. I don't understand.
He's close to Alaska.
Yep. That's true. That's part of the reason. Okay, he's got two. He's got the Hellcat 00. Ah, here it is. Hellcat 001 and 002. And I do one is always the fuselage, and his apparently is always the wing. So here we go. Now I can share it.
Yeah, that's a Wildcat. That looks good.
Hutchinson did some really good work. His warbirds
Yeah, he
were
did.
very, very scale-like. And from all reports, most of them flew pretty darn good. So there you go. Anyway,
Yeah, it's sharp. I like that.
They exist. They exist.
I like
Okay,
that. It's got the tank on it and everything. That's really neat.
Yeah. Yep. And
All
the
right.
other sheet has the wing ribs and the stab and
yeah.
elevator. So
Yeah. I'll have to talk to you about those here for long. That's sharp.
well, they're not mine to sell, but I'll see you get a set.
That sounds good. Thank you. Oh, Lordy. I got to go to the printer Monday and get my the electric version of the fuselage printed and get started on that.
Why don't you wait? I'll send you the latest version.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that because this sometime next week, because it'll take me a day to get the bench cleaned off big enough for that thing anyway. It's
Okay.
47 inches long, guys.
It's not little.
You ready, Charles?
It's a big boy
Yes.
airplane.
Let's go ahead and go for it, Tryon.
All right. So one thing I've noticed as today is material selection when it comes to composite materials, and there are a variety of them out there, right? There are a bunch of them, but the usual suspects is the fiberglass and the carbon fiber, which comes in different different styles and different layouts, and some are good for one thing, some are good for something else, right? And what's the most important thing to realize is that even though you have like a piece of carbon fiber like this, now the strength goes in this direction and in this direction. Wherever the strands go, in whichever direction the strands are pointed, that's where you get your strength from, right? So if you need strength on the fuselage torsionally, you put them like this, 45 degrees, right? If you don't want it to bend back and forth, right, then you put them side by side, right? So I have here some examples. So this is a 3/4 ounce fiberglass. You can find it pretty much everywhere. And as you know, this is the fiberglass, and it pretty much comes in a veil like this. And you have your strands, obviously. You can see them here, right?
Right.
And all of this cloth goes this way and this way. So 090 layout, right? What I use this for, I use it to reinforce my carbon fiber many times. So for example, if I use a unidirectional carbon fiber, it wants to split like that, right? So if I put this fiberglass on top of it, I stop it from splitting, right? And again, we go back to the same technique that John was talking about with a 3M77, where you just actually laminate the two layers and you put them on top of each other. And let me show you an example of that. So So you see this? This is my carbon fiber, right?
Right.
Watch what's on the other side.
Is that fiberglass?
It's a fiberglass. Yes, exactly.
All right.
So basically, what I'm using the fiberglass here is from stopping this carbon fiber layer to split, right? And usually I lay this on the bottom. I may have it on a trailing edge where it makes the corner like this, you know. So if I put it on a trailing edge, it probably looks something like that, and it bends around the corner, right?
Mhm.
So you go where you have a sharp corner, stuff like that. So that's where I use it. Something like this, right? So this is one idea. I'm going to piggyback again. I'm going to come back around to John's idea with that. Let's see. There it is. Okay. Here you go, John. So this is my foam, but you see I have a layer of fiberglass on top of it.
Yeah.
And this is with a 3M77. And this is what I was talking about, is that you get this, and when you work on it, say you work on it like this, let me put it so you can see it, something like that, and you have a light from above, so your light is going to shine down, right? And your field of view comes on an angle, right? So the light comes from here, and you look like this, right? So as you roll it in, you can see it changing colors, right? So once it became shiny, you're done. Okay.
All right.
But that's one thing. Okay. So let me walk you through some carbon fiber. This is the plain carbon fiber, right?
Right.
Typical, like you guys, you all know this. Hang on, just. Oh, let me make this big. Something happened to my view. There you go. Okay. So this is the plain carbon fiber. So typically you use this where something where you need strength when it comes to squishing it. So if you grab it like this and you want to be strong, you probably use something like this, right? It's good because it has the strand has some girth to it, right? So you have strands like this that are thick. So when you wet them and you put them inside the mold, they keep their shape, right?
All right.
You can have the same exact and let me go back. Everything in composites, whether it's fiberglass or carbon fiber, comes in a weight, and they're all like some weight per surface area, right? So be grams per square meter, can be ounces per square yard, if it's an English system or something like that. But you can have identical materials with different layouts, with a different configuration inside of it, right? So you could have something that's plain like this, okay? And here we go. Let me show some other types, right? This is called spread toe carbon. If you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are actually two layers on top of each other. The top layer goes in one direction. The bottom layer goes opposite direction at 45 degrees, right?
Right.
So that's not
So
woven. That's like just overlaid. It's not a weave, right?
it's not a weave. There are
Okay.
two layers. One layer is in one direction, then the other layer goes the other direction.
Okay.
So when I'm looking at it right now, I see this direction, right? When you look at it, you probably see the other direction. If I turn it like this, you can see the grain to it. You see that?
Yeah.
And it does have some kind of a binder inside of it. So this would be great for fuselage sides if you do a foam, like if you do a profile fuselage and you want to have a good torsional rigidity. This is excellent for that. I use this in my wing skins, the outer layer. My wing skins has this bias 45 degrees, and I mean, those wings are so rigid that torsionally you can't bend them. Okay.
Wow.
So that's good for this. Let me show something else. Here's another example of material. This is called, this is actually just a unidirectional carbon fiber.
Okay.
See
No,
this?
I have some of that.
Yeah. So in this fiber here, all the strands go in the same direction, right?
Yeah.
Make sense?
I see it. Yeah.
Okay. Again, this is a trick I'm using. Notice the fiberglass, carbon fiber.
Right.
This is the same technique that John was talking about. To use the 3M77 very lightly, and you just laminate it on top of each other. And after that, I can cut pieces out of it, and I put it wherever I need them. Okay. So basically, in carbon fiber, you can see the plane, the unidirectional like this. You can see you can have this kind of stuff, right? Sometimes there are 3 layers, right? The 2 layers are like this, like you see them, and I'm going to put them so you can see them through the, you see.
Yeah, you see
the grain, right? But there's a 3rd layer that goes like this in the other direction, right? So it's called 0 plus minus 45 degrees, because each layer it's adding strength in a certain direction, right? Let me see if I think I have one here.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm learning a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so am I. I never seen that when it's laminated before.
And there's one last type of let me pull it out here. I'm gonna have to get to it.
I'll try it before I mold anything. Make sure I remember it right.
Here we go. And this is functional as well as a it's functional and it looks good on a plane, right? So when you make a plane and you put this on the outside, look at that.
Oh yeah.
So basically, what this is called spread toe carbon fiber, right? And basically, again, you have the 2 layers at 0.90, right? You can take this material and you can cut your parts, so the parts are going to be like this, in this direction at 45 degrees, or you can put it at 0.90. So if you put it on a leading edge on a wing, I'll put it 0.90 because now I have an extra spar in there. Make sense?
Yep.
And and I have the strength where I need it, exactly what I need it, right? So and planes that are made with this stuff, they look really, really nice. But this stuff is pretty expensive. So but that's kind of the show and tell I wanted to do. Just show you the different kinds of materials that are out there. So for example, when John, you were talking about when I was talking about the you have the block of foam with the caps of balsa wood. Between the foam and the caps, I put this unidirectional, right?
Just between the foam and the bottom of the cap.
Yeah, exactly. I put the unidirectional, and then on the outside, I would come with fiberglass like this, but I would put it at 45 degrees. So the material, the fuselage is like this, right? Make sense? So now your fibers crisscross the side of your fuselage. So you have to lay it in a direction in which you desire the strength to go. Again, this unidirectional carbon fiber, it's great for spars. So you can have a smaller spar if you want to. Like, for example, use a 1/4 inch by 1/8 spars. And in between that and the upper sheeting, you can sneak in a layer of this, right? Laminate right on top of the 1/4 inch. And you do it the same exact way as you do with the 3M77, right?
I got a question there. I tried that once on one end, and the wing must have been flexing because the carbon fiber broke loose. It popped up. You know what I'm talking about? And I was told that if I was going to do that, I needed to laminate it between the two balsas, one underneath and one on top with the carbon.
Yes, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. You have the sheeting, you have the spar
Oh, okay,
underneath,
gotcha.
and in
Okay.
between them it's a carbon fiber.
Okay, I
Right.
didn't hear you say the cheating. So that's
Yep.
why I had the question. Makes sense.
And you know what? You can make it super easy, John. You cut this directly to the finished size, right? And spray some 3M77 on top of it. Get your spar material, the balsa wood, right?
Right.
And laminate it right on top of it. Just stick it over there, right? And leave it, right?
Yep.
And then when you do your sheeting, you use thin CA, and the thin CA is going to go between the carbon. It's going to glue the top and the bottom, and it's going to wet the carbon in between them.
Yep.
And
that
it's
works
like that.
Yeah.
Super easy.
Yep.
I mean, it's just like
and super strong spars.
Yeah.
Very little excess
and
weight.
on those parts, you'll never fold the wing with that.
Right.
Never ever fold the wing with that.
I did that on my big twin.
The Gemini.
That twin is 6'4". And I laminated that between the spars and my sheeting.
And your wing doesn't do any of this stuff.
No, it's stiff as a board.
Exactly. See, that's a key to it, because you can build a thinner wing with a thinner airfoil. The plane is going to penetrate through the air a lot better, right? You can have the power. You still have the power. Maybe just have to use a lower pitch prop to achieve the same speed on the plane. But now you have a stiff wing that penetrates, cut through the wing, especially in a windy scenarios, and it really helps you. But this kind of stuff, all of this composite stuff, can be applied anywhere.
Right.
Make sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And that's it. That's all I want to share.
Try and that one that you showed that was laminated, the two sheets, different.
Sorry?
The one that was laminated, the two laminations. What's that called?
What?
What was that called? The one with the two laminations.
It's not called anything. What I did, I took the unidirectional and I laminated a sheet of fiberglass on top of it myself.
No, I meant the one that was all carbon fiber you showed.
This one?
No, it was wasn't that one. No, make it big here. It wasn't that one.
Oh, the other one was yeah. So are you talking about this guy?
I think
no, one was 45 degrees to the other 45.
Yeah, this is it. This is the one.
Okay. All right. What's that called?
You can. It's called. You can find it as Carbo Weave. In general, if you do a search on spread toe, it should come up.
Okay.
Carbo Weave is one of the names that pops up, and who else makes them? CN models, Charlie November models, right? If you go over there, you can find it over there.
All right.
RNG RNG has a lot of stuff, but they're super expensive. So I'd be careful about buying from there. RNG is very good for finding names and what's out there, right? And once you find the name and what's out there, you can research that and see if you can find a better place to buy it from.
All right.
Easy Composites is a company from England that sells a lot of this stuff. Actually, Easy Composites is the place where we got this unidirectional.
Right. With Steve, with
Jim.
Jim, yeah. Before he passed away and got sick, yeah.
Jim.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, thank you very much.
I bored you to death.
No, I doubt that. Very informative.
Yeah, you didn't bore me at all. That was exciting. That was good stuff.
Charles, I got something to share for Gordy. I think you'll like.
Okay.
You already seen it, but recognize that, Gordy?
Oh yeah. Was it LeGrand sent me a picture of that the other day?
Okay, this is I got this from Marcella also. So okay, I'll get out of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Hey guys, I want to end the live stream. We can carry on in the after party. I probably have to get someone to continue to host there. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a chance to do some more flying and work in your shop and come back Monday and tell us all about it. So until then, fair winds, tight lines.